Never, ever, ever say gravity is not a force because Einstein superseded it. You always say that gravity is a force, and we know it's not. So if you're going to come up with some
I look at it as a force because I don't go out. I don't use general relativity. I don't have an understanding of it.
yeah, but
But
you
once you
still
go
claim
further
gravity is a
like I
force.
said, once you go into the solar system, which I said on this stream, once you go into the solar system, then you have to use general relativity. I said that, and I know general relativity isn't a force because I've said it 1,000 other times. So I'm gonna go get
Right.
those clips, and I'll be waiting for
So
that
why would
apology.
you contradict yourself by saying gravity is a force?
Because again, I'll say this real simply. Just like I showed you with orbital mechanics, when you use something, when we're on the surface of this Earth and we're trying to leave Earth or doing anything inside the solar system or inside Earth, we use Newton as a force because it still works.
Right, but it's not a
There's
force, is
nothing
it?
that, yes, it is. As
No,
when
it's not.
we apply
It's not.
Newton, when
This is
we
the problem,
apply,
Sean. It isn't.
okay,
There
you're
is
cutting
no
me off.
force of
You're cutting
gravity.
me off. You're cutting me off. Hang on. When we apply Newton's law of gravitation, it works to a point. Luckily for all orbital mechanics, we're able to use it to launch rockets, satellites.
And leave, Sean. You can say what you want when I've gone, but I've got to leave.
Yeah,
Gravity is described by Albert Einstein. It's not a force. It's the curvature of space-time. Sean thinks that orbital mechanics demonstrates or calculates gravity as a force. No one disagrees with him. That is how they calculate it.
It's one of those things. Like, for instance, it's like Newton, but the problem for it doesn't even, it can't take as many steps. So you're right. You can use Newton for a certain amount of experiments and tests to figure things out, but at a certain point, Newton hit a brick wall. The thing is that we can still use it until it hits that wall, but then we have to use Einstein's theory.
Yeah. So, you guys are discussing gravity, right?
Whether or not it's a force.
Whether or not it's a force.
Yes.
So, since I'm joining the conversation a little bit late right now, is it okay if I ask Barney to just give his definition one more time, so I can have a better understanding of, I don't think perhaps you and Barney have the same opinion or perspective of what you think gravity is.
I have a knowledgeable idea of what gravity is. Very layman. Like I'm still Newtonian.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
If I had
That's
to be honest
basically
about
it.
it, and everything else I'm learning, and I'm taking it all in. So it's just more research for me. The main thing for me was when it's described in that, it only brings more questions because I now understand it this way. I am not smart enough to understand Einstein's theory. Therefore, I definitely use Newtonian. That's as far as I can get right now. But once you start understanding space, time, and all that stuff like that, that's when you start jumping into that. And once you get out there, then it doesn't work to a certain point. But till then, it works. It works wonderfully to this day. I just got into it with Riley last night about this. Him telling me that Newtonian was thrown out. And I was like, okay, well.
Oh, his whole argument over the word supersede.
Yes, yes. That was last night. Yeah. That was me involved.
Yeah.
And it was like, then when I came at him with, hey, this is the proof that it's not thrown out, it's still used, he didn't want to hear it.